Welcome to the Chronicles Reports. I am your host, Chronicles. Today, we are taking a deep dive into a transformative chapter of contemporary history. We are analyzing the potential end of a half-century ideological era and the systemic shifts currently unfolding in the Middle East. Our report focuses on the insights of Prince Reza Pahlavi regarding what he describes as an earth-shattering event for the Iranian people, the passing of the Ayatollah, and the subsequent cracks in the regime. To understand our world today, we must analyze the anatomy of a regime's end. This is not merely the passing of a single leader. It is a systemic crisis. Professionally speaking, we are witnessing the crumbling of what has been described as a house of cards, a mafia-like system. This system transitioned from a nation-state into a religious dictatorship, exporting extremist ideology at the direct expense of its own citizens' well-being. Historically, this moment carries immense weight. We are seeing the linguistic use of the term Berlin Wall moment. Just as the fall of the Soviet Union or the end of apartheid changed the global landscape, the international community is beginning to recognize the citizenry. The Iranian citizenry is a true alternative for governance. This shift in perception is a fundamental argument for modern political change. To truly explore the story, we must look at the historical and cultural roots behind the arguments for a new Iran. Prince Reza Pahlavi draws heavily from the deep well of Persian identity. He frequently references Cyrus the Great. Cyrus's pioneering principles of human rights famously influenced Thomas Jefferson and the drafting of the American Constitution. A nation that pioneered human rights is now struggling to reclaim them from a clerical dictatorship. This is a return to the nation's ancient heritage. Among the Iranian Gen Z, Pahlavi has adopted a unique role, often being referred to as the father of the nation. This represents a transition from traditional monarchical aspirations to a role focused on national reconciliation and a bridge to a democratic future. A central pillar of this report is the Iran Prosperity Project. This is a structured three-phase roadmap for a nation in transition. Phase 1. Managing the critical first 100 days. Phase 2. Achieving national stability within 6 months to 2 years. Phase 3. Rebuilding infrastructure, healthcare, education, and addressing environmental crises. The reasoning is rooted in 4 core principles: territorial integrity, separation of religion from the state, equality under the law, and a democratic process to decide the future. By establishing a robust system of checks and balances, Iran can finally break the vicious circle of its recent history. We must analyze how these historical events impact our daily lives. A liberated and stabilized Iran would fundamentally alter global security. A new Iranian government would move to dismantle nuclear weapons programs to regain international trust and end crippling economic sanctions. A stable Iran would stabilize the Persian Gulf, potentially reducing the need for expensive foreign military deployments by the United States. Projections suggest that investment and trade could generate $1 trillion in revenue for the American economy alone over the first 15 years. Historically, Iranians have shown a unique affinity for the West, notably holding candlelight vigils for the victims of the 9/11 attacks. A critical component is transitional justice, drawing on the historical models of the Nuremberg trials and South Africa's Truth and Reconciliation Commission. Amnesty is proposed for those within the system, specifically those without the blood of their hands. Current reports indicate that elements of the security forces are already signaling a willingness to defect, suggesting imminent collapse. In conclusion, the Chronicles reveal a nation on the brink of its D-Day, a moment to take back its destiny. By analyzing historical roots and contemporary failure, we see a path toward a secular democracy that honors its ancient past. I am Chronicles, and this has been a special report for the Chronicles Reports. Stay informed and keep exploring the facts.